Hello subscribers, welcome to a live stream of Wizardry 8. We're playing the vanilla version on Expert Iron Man with a single character. Alright, last time we did some fights in Arnica. Really close call, almost got killed. So we have to play it safer. Lord Prophet did not help much. We need to get some granite potions. We're probably going to go fight on Arnica Road instead of here. This is just too much paralysis type stuff going on. We do not want to happen. Hey, Zombo and Jimmy, welcome in. How are you guys doing? Lore bar still on the path to success? Yes, but barely. We got hit probably like 8 times by a Savant trooper last time. And miraculously, we didn't get paralyzed. But that was all RNG. So we don't want that situation again. Hey, Igloo, welcome in. How are you? So we're going to be safer, more prepared. Arnica Road has crimson poppies that can put you to sleep. But that's a heck of a lot better than paralysis.
Spotted a wild one.
Because you can be woken up when you're asleep. Still not good, but at least it's better.
I see something moving.
Can't tell. What is that out there? Drones. Yeah, those can paralyze and knock you out. I don't think I went up here yet. We could do this fight. We have some moderate heals. Let's do this.
Stay with me. This could get messy.
Hey, Jerforeign, welcome in. How are you doing? Hey, Dark Savant Shadow, how are you doing? Welcome in.
Spotted a wild one.
Glad you're doing well, Jerforeign. Yeah, we got a full house. Okay, I am going to train. I think I have Divine Traps. Let me double check it. Yes, okay, we're going to do some training here for a bit. Improve our spell casting. We'll turn off speech so this is not as annoying. I'd like to have more powerful Guardian Angel. We won't do this too long because we've already trained a little bit with identify item. $23 divinity, 25 mental. Yeah, we looks like we could use a lot of training here. Jimmy says D Forte can't do this without us. Dark Savant says I'm doing okay. Glad to hear that. Was this a chest you were saving from before the train? Yes, it is. This is the last chest I haven't really opened that has a trap on it where I can train this. It goes quick. This is the fastest way to train magic. It'll help to be able to have a better guardian angel. "24 dimension." It stacks really well with a Lord because the Lord has regeneration ability. So the more rounds you're not taking damage from the enemy, you're kind of getting automatic healing. And especially stacks well with a Granite Potion and Body of Stone. But all of that's meaningless if we get paralyzed, so we have to avoid those enemies. Hey, Covania, welcome in. How are you doing? Throws premium pocket sand at their eyes. Get them blinded. We do have flash powder, but it's only a level 2 spell, so it fails quite often. Monsters are fairly likely to resist it at this level. "27 Divinity." Thanks for giving Covania the shout out, Jimmy. Playing on the Castlevanias. I think last I heard from you, Covania, is you were doing an alternate path in Castlevania 3. You haven't been streaming since your headset died? Gotcha. "28 Divinity." It's already gone up like 8 in less than 5 minutes. You got a replacement, but it wasn't any good. Just need to get the splitter and the mic working. At least you can hear stuff. Yeah, that's important. Might do muted streams. Yeah, Sever does that sometimes. When he's playing Baldur's Gate 3. "30 Divinity." Nice. Let's see what our Guardian Angel power is at. If we were to do one. Yeah, it's still weak. It went to yellow for power 2. It was orange, so it is improving. Then once our divine realm goes up, that's going to make the biggest impact on it. But can't train that with this spell. You finally finished the newest Ninja Gaiden? That game had some really rough difficulty spikes. When you say newest Ninja Gaiden, which one is that? Ninja Gaiden 4, I have not played that. I've only played 1 through 3. I didn't know there was a 4th one. There is a reboot. Yeah, if I remember right, Ninja Gaiden 3 was the hardest out of the 3. And I think it took me playing blind maybe 16 hours to beat that one. It was pretty rough. Mainly because of the bad hit detection. That makes that game much harder than it needs to be. Oh, you have 4 character action games? They're all 3D. 3D, that's kind of weird. What perspective is the camera? Is it like overhead view, bird's eye? Or is it first person? It's a bird's eye, that's weird. You were learning the first Ninja Gaiden and was missing the whip? Oh, you mean from Castlevania? Castlevania has pretty darn good hit detection. There's a few spots where it doesn't. Especially, I'm talking mainly about Castlevania 1. Castlevania 3 actually has quite a few bad hit detections. They really started to screw that up. But the first one's more solid with it. Probably the biggest bad hit detection I can think of. And the first one is these spikes that come down from the ceiling. Spike traps. They can hit you when it's clear that you did not touch them. So you have to be like, give an extra buffer on those. And the Grim Reaper gets a little weird too with hit detection. Covania says some bosses only get hit in specific spots, like Cyclops wandering. Yeah, that was Ninja Gaiden, the first 3 that I played. That was one of my pet peeves, is you couldn't tell you were hurting the boss. Like it wasn't an obvious feedback. That always bugs me. Athena's probably the worst though. Athena was horrid with that kind of stuff. Yeah, and if you're talking Covania about the spikes, I'm talking on the sides. It'll hit you on the side, even though there's a gap between your character. They're just, I don't know what they did there, but they did not make proper hitboxes on the actual spike that comes down. But for the most part, it's pretty good. Grim Reaper's evil because he can spawn projectiles and there's no delay. Yeah, yes. And it'll like spawn it right on top of you. Used to looking up at the left at the enemy health bar. Yeah, it's kind of what you have to do, which is annoying. It's bad game design when you don't give feedback to the player on impact. $38 Divinity. Never had that happen to you? Chalk it up to luck. Yeah. The only reason why I've seen it happen is because I will inch a little closer to something instead of just kind of holding back and then running or whatever and ducking, and you can see it get you as you get close to it. It's like, no, that did not touch. Battletech has weird hit detection too. It's off on a lot of things. I mean Battletoads. If I said Battletech, I meant Battletoads. Yeah, Athena is probably the worst that I can think of. Oh, although Super Pitfall, that one's really awful too. It's probably about equal to Athena. It's just you don't have to rely on attacking nearly as much in Super Pitfall. Let's see what our Guardian Angel looks like now. Still the same. Make wounds 2, heal wounds 2. That's not bad. You never tried Battletoads? I don't think you ever will. Yeah. It's one of those games where when I finally beat it, playing it blind, I will never play it again. Ever. It's for me, it has been the hardest. I mean, I haven't played it consistently now, but I think I made it to stage 10? 9 or 10. I have no idea how many stages there are, and don't tell me if you know. But it's like, man, how many stages are left? Like most games will end after like stage 6 or 7. It's like 10, still going. Cobain says Castlevania 3 aged me, and I don't want to become a human raisin. That's funny. Jimmy says Super Pitfall is a very glitchy game. The speedrun has all sorts of clipping out of bound nonsense. Yes, I haven't watched any of that, but I can only imagine because I've seen that myself. It's horribly glitchy. I have beaten that one, just not on a stream. I've beaten that offline. It's a kind of a painful game, honestly. Having some decent divinity here will help us in our fights on Arnica Road. I think I'll get it to 50 and then we'll stop and get some granite potions, go do some fights. What level are we? 10, okay. $44. We're level 10, but only level 8 lowered. As 2 of our levels are barred. Sure, I can't use this yet. Magic screen will be great once we can get that. Yeah, there's not too many NES games I've played where I'm like, I never want to play that again. But the Ninja Gaidens are one, Battletoads will be one, Xanadu's one. I would say that about Athena, but I've actually played Athena and beaten it several times. Several times when I was a kid. Just I don't know if I'll ever play it again as an adult. Probably not. That game has so much potential. That's what's disappointing about it. Hey, Ageless, welcome in. How are you doing? He says, wait, what? You didn't like Faxandu? Playing it blind with 0 tips. No, I did not like Faxanadu. The hit detection's bad. There was a moment where if you use a certain tool, I'm not going to spoil it for others. If you use a certain tool and you go to the left screen and you go back, it's closed again. And you cannot buy that again. So then you have to find some enemy that you can grind to find it, and you have no idea what enemy even drops that. So that's a terrible situation to be in. I finally figured it out and got it, but that was so much time wasted because of bad design. That kind of stuff. Really bad. Thanks for giving Ageless the shout out, Jimmy. You're doing good? Glad to hear it, Ageless. Yeah, those kinds of things leave bad taste in your mouth. Luckily, I don't run into too many games that have those kinds of flaws. You kept meaning to stream this weekend, but you wanted to relax more, so you did. There you go. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, we should be right around 50 now. 49, we got one more. And then we'll go out and do some fights. You feel odd not streaming, Covania? Is that 50? Nope. One more time. Yeah, I finally got, I've got a lot of Treasures of the Savage Frontier reverse engineered, a lot of the nonsense that SSI was doing. So now I just have to redo a bunch of the maps and stuff that they did. But I've got the hard part, most of the hard part figured out. I still haven't got to the weird stuff where they have the maps you have to look at and there's dropped out letters and you have to decode them all. I haven't done that nonsense yet, but okay, let's turn the audio back on here. Try to get some granite potions. It's never easy with SSI, Jimmy says. That is true. Drones. Yeah, we're definitely not fighting those. Alright, we need to make our way over to Lord Prophet. Get some granite potions. Oh, and Jimmy, I did get your, I looked at those PDFs for the newsletter that you had scanned in.
It's good.
Thanks for doing that. So I'm trying to validate that Gary Gygax actually did write that. And I've been going through all kinds of things. I have not found his seal of approval or any of that. So I'm still trying to validate that. Because like in his D&D books, he has an actual seal of approval he had put on there with his written signature. And it doesn't have anything like that. It's just typed text. So I'm trying to find some reference in an interview or something that refers to that he actually was the one that truly created some of that content in there. Because from what I can tell, it's not his newsletter. It's someone else. but it's very interesting regardless. Alright, let's go out to Arnica Road. How much experience do we need? 310,000 basically. It's quite a bit. Let's see what we can generate here. So we may end up getting, if we really get unlucky, sorceresses or queen ants. We do not want to fight any of that. Oh. Level 10 brigands. If there's only 2 or 3, I think we could do it. But if there's more than that, I don't think we can do that. Let me see if I can see how many are out here. Oh, that's way too many. No, we can't do that. Nope. Okay, let's try to go to Trenton. This is what we always run into at this point, where we're too weak to make it anywhere, basically. And we just spend the time sneaking around, never making it anywhere. Hey, Burgomeister, welcome in. How are you doing? Igloo says it's interesting when they adapt D&D rules for some games. The game themselves has some kind of glitch, so it's not really a true D&D game. Yeah, well, SSI for sure butchered first edition. I have found many, many things that aren't first edition. Jimmy says it's interesting. I guess on the flip side, considering how what word is that? Litigious that era of Gygax's life was. If someone was pretending to be him, we'd have heard about that as well. See, that's what I don't know about. Because anybody could say that. And that newsletter there's only 2 issues from what I can tell. That's it. Which is really highly suspect for me. So I want to corroborate it somehow. Burgomeister says, according to Castle Greyhawk Archive source site, Gygax had a column titled Sanctum of Savant in Realms of Adventure 1. Thanks, ChatGPT. Yeah. Oh. Okay, Crimson Poppies. No, can't fight these. At least not out like that. So, back to resting. Yeah, that's the problem. I have found so much bad, wrong information out there that unless I see something like Gary Gygax's signature, which he did on all of his official books, you know, I can't assume that he really wrote that stuff. Plus, style-wise, you can usually tell. Not usually, but sometimes you can tell. Based on how someone's style is in writing. Just too bad You know, you can't just ask him. He's no longer with us, but... Yeah, I'm just going through a bunch of interviews. I was watching one with Tim Kask, who supposedly was the first employee at TSR, besides Gary. I want to go down. I don't want to go down here. Let's go rest at Antoine's. He's the safest place. Igloo says they always change classes too, like Neverwinter Nights 1 or 2. Like the Warlock implementation was nothing like real D&D. Yeah, yeah, exactly. That's why I'm trying to make it as pure as possible to the official books, and none of the supplement stuff that wasn't official. And Covania says, I was meaning to ask, how does Acrobat work in the SSI mods? So Acrobat didn't exist. I implemented it from scratch, and they're basically similar to a thief. You have to become level 6 thief. Once you're level 6, you switch to an Acrobat, so you're kind of predestined when you create your character. And your thieving skills, most of them stop, and then you gain a new skill called evasion, which I'm trying to think of how to explain it. It applies to some types of attacks, and you have to have the initiative first before that enemy. So if your initiative at the beginning of a round was higher than the enemy and you haven't performed your actions yet, and you, let's say, delay, or an enemy attacks and you haven't performed your actions but you had a good initiative, you have a % chance based on your level and the armor you're wearing, all that stuff, of avoiding a melee attack or a missile attack. Some spells too, like touch type spells, like shocking grasp or cause light wounds, that kind of stuff. But then what happens is it delays you one segment, because you spend a segment performing the evasion. So if a bunch of enemies keep attacking you, it's going to push. It'll delay your character more on their main action for that round. So that's essentially how it works. It'll work outside of combat too against some traps I implemented it. Like if arrows are shot at you or darts come out of a trap, there's a chance the evasion will work. The Acrobat also is supposed to have a pole vaulting skill, but I haven't implemented anything like that because I'm not really sure how I could do that in the gold box games that have been implemented. If I could figure out some useful mechanism for that, I'll do it, but so far I haven't really thought about it enough. Let's see, you lose the ability to use Magic User and Illusionist Scrolls if you're an Acrobat. You can use quarterstaves, which thieves can't. But that's about it as far as differences. But once you get pretty high level, Acrobat actually is... I feel like it probably gives you about 30 to 40% damage reduction of all the dodging that ends up happening. And then the other thing to consider is that when you dodge, you're missing special effects as well. So, you know, something was going to paralyze you, it doesn't get paralyzed you because it missed. So it's pretty cool. I keep hearing drones outside here, so I gotta wait for them to go away. Sylvania says the pole vault could be like blink or teleport, but you roll to see if it works. Yeah, that's not how it is. That's not how it's defined. It's more about movement over distances. Like evasion's basically what you're talking about. The pole vaulting is you're supposed to be able to go up and over obstacles like pits and things like that. And there just really isn't. There isn't really any situations like that. If you were a single character, there'd be a lot more. But when you have a party, it's like, okay, he made it. Now what? What's everybody else going to do? Maybe some adventure type situations, but in combat. Just can't think of any. There really isn't like any pit that's generated on the battlefield that's only 10 feet, you know? And in that case, you just go around it anyway. Maybe you could use it to get over a line, like an enemy that's blocking the path. Like if you have a wall of enemies and you're wanting to get over just that 10-foot wall of enemies, that could be a use. Get to the back line, you know? That'd be pretty situational too, though. Hey, Yor, welcome in. How are you doing? Speaking of D&D, Yor's been painfully going through Champions of Krynn. He's having such a good time. You're doing okay? Glad to hear that. Oh, you beat it! Oh, I bet you're glad to be done with that one. Thanks for giving Yor a shout out. He basically just marathoned it 11-hour stream. Nice. You're like, I'm done with that one. So what's the next game you're going to be streaming? You need to do a review now. Gotcha. Okay, let's see if we rested long enough to get out of here.
It was a pleasure.
Let's make sure we're not going to get ambushed here. You started Starflight yesterday? Oh, yeah, look at this. We're going to get ambushed here. Wow. It's an old childhood favorite that you never understood. Ah, gotcha.
I see something moving.
Miles flees for his life, even though there's no enemies anywhere in sight. Well done, Miles. Well done. Jimmy says Starflight 1 was a pretty neat piece of software, but yeah, it can be obtuse. Burgermeister says D4T, the best I can find is a forum posted from Gary Gygax where he responds to someone talking about Realms of Adventure and doesn't correct them that he was not involved. I can put the link in the Discord if you want to dig in. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, sure. I will take a look. Yours says, without Starflight, there would definitely be no Star Control 2, or even No Man's Sky, in my opinion. I know nothing about those games. Alright, let's see if we can get past this stuff. Camouflage creature. Where is it? What is it? Juggernauts. No. No way. We'd be way better off with brigands. Alright. Are these guys still here? Yes, they are. Oh, maybe there's some level 9s mixed with them. Or it's a brand new group. Looks like a brand new group. Okay. We could do this fight probably, but I need to check it out a little bit closer. I don't see any level 10s. Yeah, we can do this fight. Trying to think of the best place though. I think over here.
I see something moving.
Go, 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 go! Let's get Bliss. It'll be economical. Power 7, nice. Okay, Devil Dust. This is where Devil Dust is so good. Very economical. Okay, they're pretty injured now. Let's see here. We're gonna use one more pick-me-up potion. Then we're gonna start swinging. These guys are doing ridiculous damage with their throws. Way more than average.
Oh, that hurts.
Yeah, they keep getting 6 and 8 damages. Ridiculous. Seven and 7. Unbelievable. There's finally a 1. Totally scammed on that damage. Yeah, can't start blasting when they're throwing for 8 and 7 damage like that. That is unbelievable. The rolls they were getting.
We did it!
Come on. 42 throwing. Flash powder. Hey, Severed, welcome in. How are you doing? How many throwing daggers do you guys have? Yeah, exactly. Infinite supply. All right. Let's see if we can go kill these, because they're still going to be injured. Yep. Nope. Crimson Scammers. Thanks for giving Severed the shout out, Jimmy. Hey, Jeff, welcome in. How are you doing? Yes, Gadget's been gone for about a week. There's been 3 or 4 others that have died since Gadget. This is her name's Lore Bar. She was a bard for 2 levels and then she became a lord. We're at level 10.
Stay with
Oh,
me. This could get messy.
not good. We got scammed. Get around. We can't go anywhere without getting killed. Thanks for giving Jeff the shout out, Jimmy. Okay, so we know over here we're juggernauts, which we can't get past those. Unless they moved. You're behind. Yeah, no. I know I stream very frequently, so it's impossible to keep up, especially when you're a streamer yourself. Shoot, I'm always missing people's streams when I wish I could be there. Try to make it to Trenton if possible. What's that? Camouflage is probably a juggernaut. We can potentially run around their backside. Yeah, it's a juggernaut. Okay. We need to avoid them. Let's see if we can sneak over here. You go really slow. In case we need to retreat. All right, we at least got around those. There's usually about 5 sets of enemies on this road. So we'll see if we can get past all of them, or at least if there's any we can potentially fight. It's going to be rough for quite some time. I have to go slow in case there's camouflaged enemies. Now there is an insanity instrument in the graveyard, but we are not qualified to use it. We don't have enough bard levels. We could use it later potentially if I switch back to a bard and get another level or two. But I don't think it's worth the risk of trying to fight a mummy. We're a bit too weak to be doing that. Okay, we got something over here. What is it? It's like plants. Crimson poppies. Sandy, fear, nausea, hypnosis, immunity. Yeah, it's got to be a crimson poppy with that many hit points. Alright. We can go down here and evade it. Okay, so there it is.
Spotted a wild one.
I'm not sure. Let me try going over here.
Spotted a wild one.
Hey, Soda, welcome in. How are you doing? Yes, this is the Bard Lord character. Her name is Lorbar. She's setting a low bar. Okay.
We have company.
So we're going to go talk to this guy. We can get a little bit of money out of him.
Hey,
It was a pleasure.
Okay. Zoom out here. Hey there, VG Philip. Welcome to the stream. How are you? Managed to catch a live stream for once. Nice. Philip, is this the Philip that made my screen? My screen pause wizardry graphic? It is? Okay, cool. Thank you so much for doing that. So, oh, and thanks for the congrats on retirement. I appreciate it. Yeah, Philip has created some nice graphics for me. Just I didn't ask for it. He just did it. And I use it on my pause screen and stream's about to begin, all that kind of stuff. And I think, Philip, you have a YouTube channel, don't you? I'm pretty sure I'm a subscriber to it. Yeah, I retired. When I say retire, I work on my own stuff. I retired from a full-time job working for someone else. So I do all my own software development and stuff. So I'm not technically retired, but I am for working for someone else. Thank you, thank you. Oh, we got another red. Okay, hang on. I got to see what this is. Let's see what we're dealing with. Bats. Let's see. If I can happen to click on one here. Maybe? All right, let's go down here. Yeah, thank you, Yor. Yeah, level 9. Okay. We're pretty far north. Let me see if I can back off and get them to go away. Come on, get out of the way. See if I can go around this way. But yeah, glad you were able to make a stream, Philip. Where are they? I feel like they're pretty far over there. Let's see if we can get them. Oh yeah, I can see them now. Let's see if we can get them to just go away. If they're coming this way, we'll go around the top. Yeah, they're scamming. Do that. We're gonna scam you this direction. All right, there they are. So we're going to go on this far side over here. Get far away from them and then just run for our lives. Because we're almost there. Here we go. Run! We made it.
There's something.
Ring protection.
Creepy. Spotted a wild one.
Okay.
Stay with me. This could get messy.
So I need to avoid those. So I think what I'm going to do here, get a guardian angel, and then we're going to run past these. Shots will be fired. Just need to avoid those.
Hey! Oh, I've got it. And bad. Hey!
Those guys can hit from that far away. Make it to the chief. He can magic screen us. There's some helpers. They're not very good, but they're good enough of distraction. We're almost to Chief Gary.
They're all over me. We have company.
That magic screen didn't reach us. Come on, Gary.
Where are they? Unless, are you willing to help us? I thought I saw something good in you.
Wow, much better.
All right, come on, game. There we go. Magic screen 7. We have 90% water resistance with that. Nice. Okay. Problem is, we're actually kind of weak where we could even be killed by things that aren't that difficult. Trying to decide. Really don't have much I can get rid of here. Thing doesn't weigh much. Okay, well, here we go.
Spotted a wild one.
Ran a potion. Oh, come on. Don't lose your turn. She's gagging helplessly.
Here.
84, 78, 90. That's not good enough. That's not going to cut it. If I can blind these or not. Okay. That's ridiculous.
Oh, much better.
Yeah, we're too incompetent to do this, and we can't go up there. Still have my... Yeah, I still have Body of Stone, but it's not going to last long. The nausea is really screwing us over. We keep losing our turn. Okay. Lost our turn again. I wish I knew if I was going to lose my turn or not. That's the problem I'm having with this. The nausea is screwing me over. Yeah, we're dead. I need to heal, but it's not going to be good enough. Yeah, this isn't going to be good enough. Especially if we lose our turn here. She's just too incompetent. Yeah, no. We're out of granite potions too. So the only way we can survive this right now is if flash powder happens to work on all three of them, which is extremely unlikely. Yeah, we're dead. Party wipe. No, we will not survive. It's a party wipe. Hey, Tim, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Yeah, I was worried about coming here, but I tried it anyway. She was just too incompetent. And nausea is such a strong effect that when you lose, how many turns do we lose? About 7? You just can't recover from that. You're doing good. Glad to hear that, Tim. It's a fun day so far. Nice. Dark Savant says, well, the power of friendship. Oh, wait, we have no friends. Yes. Well, that's the problem with any of these runs that don't have stealth, is unless you try to over level, the monsters will just, you don't have enough hit points to deal with it, and they'll wear you down like that. So I just don't think it's possible to beat the game without stealth. Unless I did maybe, I'd probably have to do 20 hours of grinding to get enough experience so that we went on Arnica Road, we'd have maybe level 15 character. Then maybe it's possible, but we're just running into the point where anywhere between level 8 and 15, the character's too weak without stealth. Stealth will make it where you can, where they won't see you for some of the rounds, and then they'll run away and give you a break. But I don't want to invest the time on a stream to spend about 20 hours just grinding. Nobody's going to want to watch that. So I don't know what I'll do. I don't want to do stealth, but I also don't want to spend 20 hours grinding on stream. It could be where I grind offline for 20 hours, but then it's not official because none of the grinding would be, recorded on the stream. So I'll put some thought into what I want to try to do next. I've done enough Expert Iron Man full parties to, it's too easy. I just don't want to do that anymore. But non-stealth solo Expert Iron Man is just too hard, too much time investment. Hey, Sever, you made it just in time. I'm getting ready to stop. Covania says, reads a book while grinding stealth. Yeah. D-Forte reads Gary Gygax's memoirs while grinding stealth. Burgermeister says, what about a 2-man? I've done that. I've done a 2-man. I did a ninja and a bishop and got it on the first try. So it's a lot easier with 2 people. But yeah, we could do that, I guess. I just really wanted to do a solo expert Iron Man without stealth, but I know it just can't be done unless we grind to a ridiculous level. Could probably do it with a fighter. It would probably take a little less time because fighters require less experience to level up. Uh, so it's possible I could do that and just get him up to 15th level, but keep him at level 2. Oh, it's just going to take so many hours of grinding, though. Not fun. Jimmy says we could retry the 5 hybrid run again. Yes, that's true. Yeah, the 5 Rangers made it. 5 Rangers won the game. I'm trying to think of hybrids. Hybrids are just so painful. They're just so bad at everything they do. I don't know. Hey, Schneefruit, welcome in. How are you doing? Is there a game reason that your characters are often female? Yeah, the stamina regen items in the game, most of them are for females only, not males. So that's why I pick a female. But yeah, I'll give it some thought. I'll figure out something to do for the next one, but just not sure if I want to do a 20-hour grind on a fighter. But thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.